This is the video for the living room fireplace. Actually, this is just a little video that I'm going to do for the living room fireplace. This is the partially disconnected pipe. And this is a violation of the UL listing, or actually it may not be UL actually, but it's a violation of the listing, I should really say. It's a code violation because it violates the manufacturer's installation requirements. This is what I should see all the way around, as opposed to the gap, and then of course the exposed lances. So you know, the UBC and the mechanical code, they all refer, well, I believe they all do, but regardless, one of them does. It refers you to the manufacturer's installation requirements in addition to the code requirements, and you're supposed to follow them both, whichever is strictest would apply the most. So with that, properly engaged pipe is one of the requirements. And this particular component, I'm going to get a better idea as far as how far up it is so that someone gets an idea. Pull out my pipe on my camera. So it looks like we're about, we're about 10 feet above the fireplace. And I doubt I'm going to see anything else with regards to the system with the video camera, so I'm going to tell you a couple of other things before I send the camera back. A lot of smoke staining. I believe that was flagged at the first inspection, and then once all the repairs were done, they did a test. At least that's what I read. Keep in mind, I didn't fully read the report, but I did catch this on the report. They did a test to make sure it's drafted correctly. I'm going to do that as well. We have a clamp on the damper. Keep in mind though, the damper will close. Minor, easy to correct, but the damper is really not supposed to close. To me, that's closed. I'm not going to say it's partially closed. It's not. It is closed. So we need a clamp on there that actually prevents it from closing at all. In other words, if I'm going to say it's okay, I expect to see a damper in the fully open position and fixed in that position when you have a gas log set. There are some variables on that, but really, if you were to read this manual, the manual for this fireplace would tell you to do the same. Additionally, the code talks about the BTU rating and the opening. If you were a calculus major, you could figure out the BTU rating of the system, and of course the calculus part, the opening here to require, can we leave it in the partially closed? It's just silly to even care or do that. Just leave it fully open and fix it that way. Although one could theoretically prove me wrong by doing some calculus measurements, blah, blah, blah. But regardless, that's a minor, easy thing to do. I bet the drafting is good now. The main thing on this one is the partially disconnected pipe. So it was an oversight. Somebody, you know, it looks like everything else so far was done fairly well. I've seen what I consider to be the second best company out there make that same mistake. So I'm not gonna be heavy-handed on a company that did that, but I'm going to expect the company to correct that if they've done a repair. Ensure you review my written report for my findings and recommendations.